5 sacks, fumble recovery, and a defensive touchdown.
So that's just a bunch of sacks. Usually people have one.
What?
Usually people have 1 sack. So you're saying they have Rob Square!
I
gotcha. All right.
It's a nutsack joke.
Yeah. Well,
I get it now.
It's a good way to start the pod. They told me to do that. It wasn't my idea, I swear.
Nutsack.
So, special guest, never. Special guest, Sean Gocher.
What's
in
up?
the house.
What's up?
Beat the books, right?
Crush the book.
Crush
the
crush.
books,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Crush
We'll
the
get
book.
to
Cross
that.
Sometimes get crushed by the books, but
Sometimes
it
it happens.
It's everyone.
Got
Yeah.
a Hawaiian shirt, you know.
Oh,
Ready to
shoot.
rock and roll.
Oh man, you get it on for the next one.
Well, yeah.
All right, take your shirt off. You either go Hawaiian or you go bare chest.
Yeah.
Around here.
Yeah. Just strictly native.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of news this last weekend. More like long-term news about plenty of name brand players, big players, several of my PPs. A rough weekend for me.
Yeah.
So we're going to touch on some of these guys, talk about the future ramifications. If you have them, how to move on. Can you move on? Should you quit?
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley style.
Well, it's always nice to have a third opinion here.
Yeah, third opinion here.
Because you and I think we can get a little biased because we're talking to each other daily. So it's nice to have someone that's been in this, not only in our leagues right now, but has been in the leagues for quite a bit.
Yeah.
Still looking for that championship, though.
Yeah.
You know.
You haven't popped your cherry yet?
Well, we play each other this week,
not
so.
really.
Well, because you're in my league and I win it every year, so how is it possible for anyone else to win?
Yes.
Unless he might win, but it's got to be a Rob, right?
There's that humility.
There it is. Yeah. It's back. Even after the hard times, I still know how to keep myself not level-headed.
Just keep yourself nice in there.
All right, first one here, obviously biggest name, Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Rip, but that being said, I'm not dropping him yet.
Well, I'm curious, as someone that is relying on him, or not relying, but was encouraged by his start to the season. I'm curious what your thoughts are.
I'm going to wait a little bit to drop him, depending on bench size and IR spots, of course.
Reason you're waiting because
it says 6 to 8, 6 to 10. Now the thing is, Derrick Henry, certain people are just built different, right? Now, there's one advantage and one disadvantage. Disadvantage is he's huge, so a foot injury is harder for a bigger player. You know, it's just so much weight.
Yeah.
But LeBron James is one of these guys that heals faster, right? Derrick Henry is one of these guys, I feel like. So if anyone can beat the timeline or, hit the front end of the timeline, which is 6 weeks, which puts him week 15. Adding an extra week this year, 16 and 17 is the semifinals and finals.
You're saying getting back for...
Yeah, and...
So you're saying best case scenario, you can get Henry back if you're in the second round of the playoffs.
Yes.
Roll into the playoffs, he comes back, he could win the league for you.
Yeah.
Right, and
maybe not.
Even him getting only 17 touches, it's worth it.
So in the scenario like with you, where you were 7-1
yes.
at the time of the injury,
yes,
looks almost certain that you're going to make the playoffs, right?
Yes. So I'm going to wait, hear a little bit of news, see what happens after the surgery. If he's not going to come back, I feel like in the next 2 weeks they're going to let you know he's out for the year, right? To not put pressure on him to try to come back and just rule it out, right?
Yeah.
And if I don't hear that, then maybe that's fool's gold. But again, if I'm 4-5 or whatever, then 4-4,
You're desperate for a win. You got to clear the bench.
Yes, clear
it,
right?
Yeah.
And also, depending on what I can pick up, I'm not going to just pick up a piece of shit for him. You know what I mean? Like, if it's a 12-team league with deep benches, like, who am I getting?
All right, I got a question for you guys. Taboo or not taboo, you try and trade Derrick Henry to someone in your league that may not be up to date on.
Good luck.
Yeah, well,
I know Derrick Henry's obviously the biggest name.
Nothing's taboo for me.
It depends what league you're in because
if it's a league that Sean's in, then of course not. No, what I'm asking is it something you considered trying to see what value you could get for him, even if it's a wide receiver 4?
Well, if anything, I'd be the one trading for him.
I understand that, but I'm saying
Now, if you're in the league I'm in, where a guy starts Devonta Adams, doesn't start a defense, you might find a guy or two like that might take that trade.
That's what I'm saying. Like, right, especially right now, Rodgers is out the next 2 weeks. Like maybe Devonta Adams for, you just offer it out there.
Injured guy for another injured
maybe
guy.
he counters. I'm saying, is it
Yeah.
taboo or not taboo?
Nothing is taboo in my mind.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
It's worth a shot. It's worth a shot.
I am the what's the guy's name from 50 Shades of Grey? What's his first name? Anyone know? John. It's not John Gray. That's the pitcher for the Rockies. Whatever, blank Gray, right? Like nothing is taboo. He's in a sex dungeon, bro. Like, you may end up murdered, but like, nothing's taboo for him. In fantasy, for me, nothing's taboo. I will make a trade.
So have you read these books?
I've seen the movies. You guys seen them?
I've heard about them.
You've never seen it?
Of course, I've heard about it. Like all the girls like them.
Oh yeah, huh?
Well, they're like romantic novels in movie form, but
what's weird is it doesn't necessarily turn the girl on because it's so out there that it's even like uncomfortable for me to watch. It's not exactly like it's very, very kinky, and not the kinky we're talking about. It's like,
Yeah, I think with women, I think the idea of the promiscuity, it turns them on. Not the idea of the actions. The idea of her being so naughty is what the girls like. I don't know.
What do you like?
Ask me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you involved, man.
No, you can slap him. I'll hold his arms. It's okay.
No, usually whoever is the guest tends to be very handsy with me, and not in the way you're thinking of. But they're always hitting me and shit.
Don't let him gaslight you.
Making you uncomfortable?
Don't let him gaslight you into a hand job again.
All right. So we're gonna move on from Derrick Henry. There's quite a bit of names here.
No, with Henry, I'd say
Anything
McNichols or
yes.
I like Deontay Foreman just got re-signed.
I like Deontay
He
Foreman.
was the backup last year. Just got re-signed to the practice squad.
Deep dive.
I know they signed AP, but the only reason they signed the active roster is because I don't think he would accept a practice roster contract.
And AP is a guy you can bring in. He's Adrian Peterson. He doesn't even know the playbook. You bring him in 3 days later. You can give him 12 carries. He won't mess up.
You're off the middle, yeah.
But I feel like Deontay Foreman, McNichols is the number one, just because he's going to get 50% of the work. And if it's a PPR league, I want him. In a standard league, if I need to win AP, if I'm again 7-1, say, I'm going to take a flyer on Foreman because he's a good player. And the only reason he's been out of the league is he's done knucklehead things like I don't know if it's DUI, he's like failed drug tests, he's just done some dumb shit. Missed practices, stuff like that.
But they brought him back he was with the organization last year. He's back on the practice squad. I anticipate he'll get elevated, if not this week, next week. And then he's a lotto ticket to me.
Yeah.
Is Deontay Foreman.
We're looking forward. Do you have any?
Absolutely. I would definitely do that. Why not?
It's worth a shot, right? Because McNichols is not going to be available. AP is not going to be available.
Yeah.
This guy should be part of the rotation.
Yep.
I mean, if you have anyone on Baltimore's backfield, like you might as well take a shot at Deontay Foreman.
And it's safe to say this is going to be Foreman's last shot.
Yes.
Right. Like I can't believe he got another shot because he's been.
I thought he was 5 years ago. That's how.
No, it's only been 2.
I know, but that's how distant Deontay Foreman seemed. Because I remember him a couple years ago
Texans,
being irrelevant.
Yeah.
When what's his name towards ACL, Miller. Yeah.
Everyone wants to talk about the backups, but what about the implications on these receivers? Tannehill, you got A.J. Brown, 32 points last week.
Yeah, they're going to be throwing a lot more.
So
A.J. Brown
to throw, especially against the Rams.
It's going to hurt the offense in total, but in terms of fantasy, volume is king. And A.J. Brown's too good, and Julio. The problem is Julio's more likely to get hurt because they actually have to play him now, more than 40% of the snaps.
Right.
And the guy is just, fuck you, Julio.
Yeah, with Julio, to me, with Julio, it's can he stay healthy? Like he's going to produce if he can stay healthy, regardless of Henry there or not. With Brown, he seems like he's been injured to start the year, even in the offseason. But now, similar to the way Robbie Anderson blew up when CMC got hurt, there's a lot of 2-yard screen passes. Get us 3 or 4 yards, right?
We were talking about this earlier. Screen passes, you're going to get more passes from Tannehill, dumping off, checking down.
Yeah, exactly. So I see A.J. Brown maybe blowing up because I think A.J. Brown's going to fill
Chester Rogers, maybe?
Oh, okay. All right, moving on after that. Nice. He knows his team. He knows the Titans. Even though he hates the Titans, they're still going to win 10 games. So.
Oh, God, I know.
All right, Calvin Ridley. This is more of a mystery kind of thing.
Yeah.
he did a Simone Biles and is walking away from the NFL, the Falcons, temporarily. Now, we don't know what that means. I see it as he was sick because he had 2 out of 3 games where he sat out for personal reasons. I feel like he thought it was a distraction for the team. He didn't like the attention because obviously it was some type of mental, just
like a Naomi Osaka. I'm going to go find myself, make a movie, make a documentary.
There you go. It's a very millennial thing, and if they can't handle it,
I'm curious about that. Like, it seems to be. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if they can't handle it, like you said, it's a new phenomenon. Like this never happened back in the day. You know what they used to do with anything, concussions, injuries, rub some fucking dirt on it, bro.
Whatever.
Like now, they highly medicate the person
in there.
Now it's like almost celebrated, dude. And like, here's my problem with it: is he could retire right now and live a good life. Unfortunately, in the real world, I can't just tell my boss, bro, like I need a mental day. Like, no, I can't be like I need to step away for 3 months. Like my mental health. They're gonna be like, dude, all right, you need to find a new job.
Well, that's I mean,
it's all different to everyone now. It's like a national holiday now.
Well, we're also not getting paid $10 or $12 million. I'm not justifying. I'm not trying to condone what he's doing, but at the same time, like you almost enable people when you give them so much financial security,
right,
to play a game.
What I'm saying is, I get mental health is real. Yeah. I think everyone at this table, everyone in life has struggled with some type of issues, man. And if people tell you they haven't, they're fucking lying. Those are the people that are probably more depressed than anyone, right?
100%.
Because like whether it's the smallest thing, your dog dying, like anything, bro, like anxiety, like the brain's a very complicated thing, and people deal with shit. And unfortunately, you're getting paid millions of dollars to play a kid's game. I am a little bit more old school. Maybe I deal with my shit a different way. Just go to work. It's not that hard. I mean, maybe if he's really in, I don't know. It's hard to speak on him. Like
it is. Yeah, it's.
You get where I'm coming from. Like, you know what I mean? You sign a contract. You got teammates. Their livelihoods are at stake too. And it's like, dude, how bad can it? How bad is
it? Your teammates. It's not just the job. It's your teammates. This is a stud guy in a team. Maybe they're not going anywhere, but hey, they still have a shot, right?
Yeah.
They went out. Well, I mean, these guys got to be upset.
Is he getting paid for this? Does he get paid for this?
There's no chance in hell I would assume that the Falcons are going to say, well, you're depressed, so we're going to stop.
Right.
There's no
So what's to stop people from just being like not depressed and be like, fuck it?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a recent phenomenon. That's like the biggest Olympian in the world decided to take a couple days off.
Well, that was different though because she legit. There's I guess a thing in gymnastics where they lose their sense of balance and what's up and what's down and what's right and what's that's what she said.
Bottom line
it's dangerous.
Bottom line is a mental. No, it's dangerous to not be mentally focused in football.
Right,
especially with a receiver going across the middle when a 300 man is trying to take off your head.
Yeah,
it's very dangerous. I'd rather sprain my ankle on
is the team offering him help? You got Ben Simmons, whatever he's.
Oh well, Ben Simmons is being a bitch. So
he's refusing help.
Yeah.
But this guy.
I'm not going to put Calvin Ridley in the Ben Simmons category yet.
I think Ben Simmons is more a ego. Like you should work around me. Like, if I decide to take this week off,
you try trading me. Bro.
Yeah, like I don't need your help. I'm fine.
Over under week return. We're going to say week 12. Is he back by week 12? Sean?
He could be. He might not be. I mean, we don't know what his
deal is. So what do you think?
I think he's back.
I do too.
I think he's back.
Yeah.
I really hope so.
I'm guessing it's a 2 to 4 week thing. I think if he takes more than a month off, at that point you can't hold him.
Because he also didn't say the word retirement. Because the thing is, like as Michael Jordan showed us, you can retire 3 times and keep on coming back. Yeah. So you could use the word retirement and come back. Brett Favre, dude. How many times did Brett Favre say that shit? Gronk. Well, Brett Favre legit retired like 5 times.
Well, in reality, what were those? They're mental, like Favre has been beaten up, Gronk's been beaten up to hell. Like those guys are used to getting beaten up, but what they say is like I need to just heal, rest and heal. Like let me just heal everything. My brain, my body.
Well, for all we know, they might know what it is, but they're not telling us. We don't know.
It has to be something with depression, I'm guessing. Because the NBA has been rampant with it. It's
people are also more comfortable talking about it.
Well, now,
right?
And also now it's more encouraged to take mental health days. Like in the past, like you can't take a mental health day. Like what are you talking about? Just go in. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what job it was. But now it seems to be more enabled.
I feel like mental health and coming out of the closet, for instance, were similar, right? People just didn't do it because they were ostracized.
You're the only one that has experience on this. Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
take it away.
Both.
Go. Yeah, exactly. Go
I feel like they were before people didn't understand it. Not saying we totally understand it now, but people sympathize with it. And before, like if in Pete Rose's era, if you tried pulling this shit, Pete Rose would personally come to your house and whip your ass.
Yeah.
Be like, bitch, like get on the field, right? Like
That's the old school.
Right, for sure.
We're in different times now.
So Calvin, get well, man. We I don't know. We feel for you. I don't know. Like
I can understand and appreciate being so depressed where you just don't want to get out of bed. I mean,
How do they stat this? Like, is he going to be? Can we put him on IR?
No, we can't.
Mental health IR.
I can't. Not most of it.
He's not on my squad. He's still showing up like
really.
He's playing.
That's because you got to play ESPN, and ESPN's trash.
Yeah.
I have in ESPN. I have in 3 or 4. Yeah, it's specific to the way the commissioner set it up.
Right. I just hope he comes back. And
I know in some leagues you can send him to the IR, but right now I haven't been able to in any of my leagues. So.
All right, actually similar. I want to talk about Henry Ruggs, but we're going to talk about Michael Thomas because it parallels to Calvin Ridley. Also, my PP, I have in every league ever. We had a conversation about when I drafted him.
PP, man, what's going on here?
About our pillar players, our PPs.
Okay.
We did 10. It's like a flag player, but we call them PPs.
I thought you watched this fight.
Yeah, what the fuck? We offered to have him on. He hasn't watched it. He didn't know about our PPs yet. He hadn't seen our
must have
PPs.
blocked it up.
Yeah, right. It was very traumatic.
It was traumatizing.
Those PPs.
So Michael Thomas. I mean, I knew this was a possibility all along. It's baked into his price. I thought it was a low percentage, and they said there was a statement that it was another re-aggravation when he's not practicing.
Not re-injury, but a different injury.
Dude, no, he just didn't want to play this year. He wasn't going to play this year, and I guess, he's fine with it. I don't know. It's not good.
I think he's too worried. Just like I think a lot of athletes have to be these days, where they're strictly worried about their production, not about what they're doing. Like in terms of tangible, like numbers, production. Because Thomas can go out there.
He had a bad year the year before. Maybe he's worried about his stats. He's
after the best receiving year of all time.
It's a nice
150 catches, whatever, all the numbers. Doesn't matter. But then he came back, injury riddled of the year. Breeze is gone now. And now, is it a coincidence that Jameis Winston is out for the year? And now he's out for the year?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe it may not be.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But there's a re-injury that
Trevor Siemian
happened like a day or two later after their franchise quarterback.
Now this is a thing, not to steal from Bill Simmons too much because I like to steal everything from him, including his last name, Uncle Bill. Love Bill Simmons. Anywho, he likes to do this this kind of thing where it's like a different universe kind of theories, right? And the first game when Michael Thomas hurt his ankle against the Bucs, right, last year, week 1, he shouldn't have been on the field. They were up or they were losing, whatever it was. It was like a 17-point game, and I think they were winning, right? They were winning, yeah, they were winning because they had the ball on the Bucs 10 or 12-yard line. 2 minutes, 32 seconds left, up by it was like 14 points, bro.
Yeah,
and like either way, that game's over. And they kept him on the field for running plays. And he was like
you're right.
A half-ass block on the left side of the field, and then someone, the run came to the left, and then one of the offensive linemen rolled up on him. That was the ankle injury, right? And this guy has never missed a game in his career. In college, he probably never missed a game. Just an unnecessary injury that just changed the course of history for that franchise and for him. So what I'm saying is, if that injury doesn't occur, do the Saints win the Super Bowl last year? Because we all know that they almost won that game against the Bucs in the playoffs. They were 2-0 against them in the regular season last year, and that game was real close, bro.
Hard to beat a team 3 times.
It is, but I'm saying that was with a gimpy Michael Thomas. But he was on the field, but he was 60% of himself,
he was also, outside Kamara was their best player.
Yeah,
probably.
And they had to play the whole year. And either way, they still won the division with him and with Drew Brees getting hurt and Taysom Hill playing and whatever. And that game was, I think it ended up being a 7 or 8 point game. But it was like close in the third quarter, right? If you have a healthy Michael Thomas playing all year, in that game healthy, obviously the Chiefs were flawed last year and even more flawed this year. So if the Bucs put a beating on them, the Saints defense is legit last year.
Yeah.
You had Michael Thomas, Kamara, whatever, like they might have won the Super Bowl last year. So I just wanted, and now look where we're at. They lost again in heartbreaking fashion, like every other. Yeah, it's a butterfly effect situation.
It should have been, like you said, often. Like, just get those guys out of the game.
Yeah.
It's a 3-score game.
Week
about to score
one,
again.
like running plays, and like now, okay, last year, whatever they lost. Now his career.
I disagree with
fucking
that.
About pulling your guys.
Yeah.
This isn't a theory about that.
No,
this is more just like Michael
I'm
Thomas.
not trying to dive too much in that.
Just with the
Saints. I'm not going to
Saints.
blame his injury on that. That is my point. I don't.
So we got Michael Thomas, Jameis Winston eating crab legs on the side.
Yeah. So now Jameis is going to get super fat because all he's going to be doing is eating buttery ass crab legs.
It looked like he was finally starting to hit his rhythm
Yeah.
too.
So
right?
Jameis is out too. In terms of Michael Thomas, I'm buying him next year. I'm not quitting the guy. We'll see where his price
is. The value will be there. People are going to forget about it.
Right. People are already hating him, right?
Well, this is
it's a guy who should go in the second round. He might go in the fourth round now. With
I bet you he's going to go.
He still goes early, probably, but
top. No, I bet you he's going to be closer to 10 than he'll be to round 1.
Right. Really? Okay.
I think he'll be closer to 7 or 8, maybe
That'd be a steal.
past 10.
Still, if he's healthy coming in.
Well, it's like,
Healthy, right?
Here's the thing: is going like imagine just try and picture the scenario that you're going to envision Michael Thomas. He missed half of last year, all of this year, and Winston was out. So now the Saints might be with Trevor Siemian might be a bottom 5 offense in the league. So having Michael Thomas come back to that throughout the rest of it, because we're only halfway through this year, right? So the next half might be Trevor Siemian sucking cock, right? So
whoa,
I mean, so that's what I'm saying. So with Michael Thomas, my anticipation he's going to be closer to the 8th round than he will be the 4th round.
That's an awful visual right there when you said that. I just saw Trevor Siemian's face.
You've been thinking about that the whole.
Yeah, now I'm just done.
Okay.
I'm checking out. All right, so Henry Ruggs. This is different. These are all different circumstances here. Like these are literally all different. They're not injury. One's an injury on the field, right? One's a retirement. One is a guy who it's also parallels some mental stuff with getting pissed about his contract, injury from the year before. Now this has to do with being dumb.
So I heard
simple way to put it, right?
I heard there's an NFL service. I just heard this.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that?
24/7.
Oh yeah,
players, staff to pick you up whenever you're drunk. Now they don't even need that.
You don't even need to be drunk.
They
can
could
use
pay.
it whenever.
They could pay for a personal driver to pick them up and take them wherever the hell they want.
I guarantee that's saved on their phone. I bet you that when they sign up for all their bullshit,
right? So they don't want to.
Hey, here's the numbers you need. Here's the GM. Here's this guy. Here's this guy. Here's this guy. Here's this guy. And if you ever need a ride, don't drive. Call this guy.
The problem is, the number. Then the team knows that you got to ride at 3:47 in the morning. Which, again, is better than doing what he did.
Yeah,
but it doesn't reflect. No, what I'm saying.
I'm sure he's not thinking about that at 3 in the morning.
No, when he's just bought the new Lambo.
I don't want to embarrass myself.
He's bought the new Lambo. He's got the broad in the car.
We've all been in Vegas. It's $10 to take an Uber, $10 to take a Lyft.
But this isn't even Uber. Right, just do that.
What is he doing?
This is a ride service. This is like not a limo. Right. This is like a fancy town car, I'm sure, dude.
Yeah.
Either way, if you're worried about the thing,
up in a Nissan Sentra, right? When the NFL says
there's no drunk celebrity athlete that's too good to get an Uber.
And it was his bye week, and granted, it was Tuesday night, correct?
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday, so it was Monday night. They had Tuesday off. So it's an off day, and it's in Vegas.
You didn't have practice probably till Wednesday.
Yeah, that's what they said. So, again, use the rideshare, or at least call an Uber. They won't know about that. Or, walk. I don't fucking know. Or, let's just be honest, we've all driven drunk here. Well, not condoning sorry to throw you guys under the bus. If you are going to drive drunk, granted, I've never had a car that goes 150, just go the fucking speed limit. Right?
Yeah.
Just go the fucking speed limit.
That's absolute.
He's also 22 years old.
Yeah, that's he's
also 22 years old.
Well, I can tell you one thing. When I drove drunk at 22, I didn't go 150 miles an hour.
Yeah, you aren't.
I went 5 miles under the
millionaire either, so you didn't just buy a brand new Lambo. I'm playing devil's advocate. The kid's an idiot. Like, obviously, this is stupid.
So we'll
give killed someone. Like, there's no.
So we'll give him the details here if you haven't heard. So, 3:47. Apparently, he was at Topgolf at midnight. There's an Instagram now. You can always find out what they're doing because of Instagram with his baby mama, girlfriend, whatever. Got a brand new Corvette. Driving in like a somewhat residential area, 45 speed limit. Was with computers and cars, I could tell exactly when the airbags went off, how fast you were going beforehand. Going 157. Airbags went off at going 127, so he slowed down 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, he slammed the brake.
Probably saved his life, but which is crazy is that the girl he hit, I'm guessing she was pulled over at the side of the road, or it was a red light.
How old was she?
23. And what's crazy is in movies, right? Whenever an accident occurs,
the car blows up.
Always blows up, right? Yeah. In real life, it never blows up. As a man that was involved in a head-on collision with both cars going 60 miles an hour, which is the equivalent of that impact, right? Nobody blew up. There was nothing. Like, so it just doesn't happen, right? So somehow, I don't know how, her car was engulfed in flames and she was trapped in because of the impact. And a dog also died.
Do you think it was all the crack that the cops sprinkled on there?
Right, yeah. Right.
Oh, there's crack everywhere, yeah.
So she was trapped in the car, and the saddest part, and not for me, but for like, if you ever watch a movie or a horror movie with a girl, or anybody in general, mostly girls, and like, you know, it's a slasher movie and people are getting stabbed left and right. If the killer ever kills a dog, the girl's always like more empathetic towards the dog. Like, oh, the dog, because, you know, they're helpless.
Yeah, he didn't deserve it.
It's like, you just watched 7 people get murdered.
They're going to hang this guy. I mean, as tragic as it was, you're going to piss off the animal people.
Yeah, now you got
PETA,
dude.
Too.
Now you got PETA. So, again, the girl's bad enough. To add the dog in there, I'm kind of making light of the situation.
No.
It's just, there's 2 lives in there. The girl's dead, and he was twice the legal limit. On top of all of that, had a loaded gun in the car that we're guessing is unregistered.
His attorney.
If his decision making is that bad, then he's probably unregistered.
His own attorney said he's in big trouble. It's not looking good.
Yeah, you have to be aware. I mean, he
3 to 26 years, and
all I'm gonna say is, I can see myself if I were him at 22 years old, multi-millionaire, just bought a Lambo, was out partying at Topgolf. I could easily see myself in that situation.
Anyone could. You know,
if I'm a multi-millionaire in Vegas, I would probably have a gun too. Like, I'm just saying. Fine.
No, I get what you're saying.
Get crucified me.
The driving drunk part, I can see where you're coming from.
Right. No, 100%.
It could happen to anyone. He was going 160 miles an hour.
That's crazy.
I mean, sober, it's a deadly risk going that fast anywhere with any car.
It's stupid. It is stupid.
And he just got screwed more than anyone because, unfortunately, if he just hit a fucking post or a tree,
or he pulled Lance Briggs and just left his car and ran away.
But if nobody died, you know, like his career might still be over, but now his life is over. Essentially, like
2 lives.
If you're going to go to jail for 16 years,
I think, rightfully so.
Right. I mean, hey, man.
But at the same time, you don't. It's my thing is like he's a young man that made a mistake. Yeah. He's paying for it. Like obviously, he's paying for it, so he doesn't need any extra shit on top.
He doesn't need this podcast that's getting viewed by
so
many people.
It's not the point. That's not the point.
No, I get what you're saying. And, you know, he's getting blasted so hard anyway. But I wanted to make this parallel here because this actually is a perfect parallel. You guys have seen Tommy Boy? I wear the Tommy Boy shirt in the podcast. One of my favorite scenes in movie history, even before this situation, is the when he's trying to sell the, you know, he's like, I'll take this one. And he's doing the demonstration with the cars. And he's like, you know, driving along. And, you know, there's a truck tire in the road. Woo! That was close. Now let's see what happens when you're driving with the other guy's brake pads. So you're driving along. David Spade tries to grab his arm. He's like, and you're driving along. He's like, there's a truck tire. I can't stop. Just slams it in there.
Good scene.
So, yeah. But the best part about that scene is he's like, you fall off a cliff, and then he takes the lighter that's on the table and lights the fucking car on fire, which is so outlandish because cars don't burn. But in this case, the fucking car burned. Just Tommy Boy was talking about Henry Ruggs. Before Ruggs was even born, I'm sure, right? At 22 years old.
At least.
Man, we'll put a clip up of the Tommy Boy thing. If you want.
Like, let's say you're driving along the road with your family, and you're driving along, la-li-la, woo, and then all of a sudden there's a truck tire in the middle of the road, and you hit the brakes. Whoa, that was close. Now let's see what happens when you're driving with the other guy's brake pads. You're driving along, and all of a sudden the kids are yelling from the back seat, I gotta go to the bathroom, Daddy. Not now, damn it. Truck tire. I can't stop. Help! There's a cliff. And your family's screaming, oh my God, we're burning alive! No, I can't feel my legs! In comes a meat wagon! Woo, woo, woo. And the medic gets out and says, oh my God. New guy's in the corner puking his guts out. All because you want to save a couple extra pennies.
Well, yeah, we'll put it down just to reenact the Henry Ruggs thing. I don't know if that's in poor taste, but yeah, why not? Why not? We're entertainment based here, folks. There is one more name. Any other thoughts on Henry Ruggs besides? Can we do one more thing about the
shitty scenario? People died.
Yeah. I mean, broad stroke. It's shitty that the young man made a horrible decision when he had the world at his fingertips. That sucks. I'm thinking more fantasy purposes. Brian or Edwards.
Zay Jones, too.
Zay Jones is nice. The more I think about it, the more I'm leaning towards Edwards.
Well, Renfro's already a boss.
Well, no, but not Renfro.
Does he step in as the?
Not a deep guy, no. He might. I expect he gets more work because they're not going to have those deep shots. They took 4 or 5 deep shots every single game with Ruggs. Yeah. Every single game, regardless of the game script.
Well, except for the Bears game, of course, because he couldn't get any time to throw.
Right.
His ass all game.
That was
he did pick the Bears in that or. But just in general, Edwards is someone I would look at fantasy wise. Zay Jones is someone. If you have a free spot in your roster, like maybe a kicker you or a defense.
Or for example, if you if you stash, what's his name, like you wanted to do, Derrick Henry. Now you got an extra spot. Yeah. There you go.
You put someone on.
You take a flyer on him, you got an open spot.
I think Edwards is worth the flyer for sure.
I have 2 more points on this one. I can make 10 more points on this one. It's ironic that the drunk driver in the accidents never dies. It's a proven fact that you're relaxed when you're driving drunk and you don't tense up, therefore you don't break your neck. So can we just make a law where everyone has to drive drunk? Therefore there'd be accidents all over the place, right? But there'd be no more fatalities. Everyone just be smashed.
There could be like an hour between 1 and 3 that's designated for you to drive drunk.
Yeah. Well, people going to work home.
You can't go to work at those hours.
It's just an increased liability. You get paid extra.
You have to use the Mr. Garrison's thing.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, with
can we just do the Henry Munching Ruggs one more time for the podcast? Yeah. We called him Henry Munching Ruggs. Great nickname on the pod. You'll be missed, man. You went from munching rugs to probably getting. You're gonna be eating a lot of ass in prison, dude.
Yeah. Stay away from the pork and beans.
Yeah. One more thing I heard is Deshaun Jackson to the Raiders.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Perfect fit, right? Yeah. I told you he wasn't gonna make the whole year of the Rams.
Yeah.
Last little note here. We're gonna give him just a little bit of airtime because he sucks. OBJ.
I thought you were talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Well, not him. OBJ probably getting released or traded or whatever from the Browns.
Essentially not with the team is the head coach's quote.
What about OBJ to the Raiders?
I think he's more of a let me hitch my wagon to a publicized Super Bowl favorite.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah. I see the Rams, I see
Patriots, Bucks, Rams.
Exactly. Yeah, I see a top 10 power rankings team. I don't see the Raiders. Even though the Raiders should be a top 10 power rankings.
But I mean, they are 5-2, right?
That's what I'm saying. They should be top 10 power rankings, but they'll be 14 or 15 in everyone's power rankings. But even though they're one of the top teams in the league, talent-wise, yeah.
That would be a nice fit, though. Correct.
Ruggs, I know people are gonna hate on the Raiders the rest of the year because of Ruggs. He's not that big of a difference maker, I don't think. In terms of their season-long projections, is what I'm saying.
So to cap this one off, we're trying to promote our Christmas album that we're going to have. It's going to be great. It's all about kickers, but it could be other things too. You just made an awesome video today. Check it out about the ones we lost. So
just this week.
That was me singing about the Bette Midler. Did you ever know you're my hero? Good know, my hero.
I still don't believe it was Bette Midler, but
well, it was. Yeah. So to give a little tribute to these guys, I'm going to sing a little song here for you guys. I know everyone likes my singing or. They either love it or hate it. It's a love-hate thing.
What a treat. I
can't
pay attention either way.
I can't wait.
Or love it,
yeah, I like attention. And as a drummer, I think I have a decent voice. So we'll test it out on a little different thing here. Right? This is going to be some Puff Daddy. I don't know who originally did it. I'll Be Missing You.
80s guy.
Yeah. So it's actually a good song from Puff Daddy. I'm not a big P. Diddy fan, but so we'll see what we got
Puff
here.
Daddy, not P.
Yeah. P. Diddy.
Oh, you have to listen.
Yeah. You ready?
I'm ready.
Got the lyrics here.
It'd be easier to edit later if you do just your vocals. Though. Just saying.
Every step I take. I'm gonna sit there. Every move I make. Every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing you. I don't have the air for that.
He's expecting us to chime in.
Who are the background singers?
I messed that one up. When you went away, what a life to take, what a heart to break. I'll be missing you. Rob Square. You gotta miss. There we go.
Same time.
One more time.
Simultaneous pound.